So, hello and welcome to Golden Elixir Tarot. If you've not met me before, that would be because I have only just launched my YouTube channel, and it's in response to people asking for weekly readings for the collective. So, I'm going to be kicking this one off with the week of, well, I'm going a bit beyond the week because of astrology implications. So we're going from the 4th today of April to the 16th of April, and I've got here some notes. First off, regarding some key dates, because I'm feeling as an Aries, and it is my birthday, although this is for a collective of this channel, there's been some energy that has taken time to shift, and there's a lot happening now as we've gone into the new astrological year. And so some key dates coming up for you. So we've got today, it's the first quarter moon in Cancer. So there's still a little bit of that emotional introspection that's being needed of us. We need to go within ourselves and really use this last few moments of the beginning of this year to consider how we feel, what makes us feel good, think about our well-being. Whatever makes us feel good, go and do more of that. If something isn't making you feel good, if it's getting you down, if it's stressing you out, maybe step away from it, maybe give yourself a little distance. Nurture relationships as well as this time. I am definitely, as an Aries, feeling that my relationships at the moment are key. I am going towards those safe relationships and spaces where I can just be myself, let loose, let off some steam, just re-find that joy in life. And I encourage all of you to do that. I think it's been a difficult, potentially, and challenging first part of the year. So get back to that childlike innocence, surround yourself with those positive relationships, and really go inwards and do that final work. We move then on to the 7th of April, which Mercury finally goes direct in Pisces. So going direct, it's going to give us some clear communication. It's going to allow clearer communication and heartfelt conversations. That's something really important, linking with the 4th of April, where we've done that emotional introspection, and now we can have heartfelt, honest conversations with people and find some resolutions to things that may not have been presenting resolutions until now. You're going to start to see those resolutions, okay? Then the exciting next thing, day before my birthday, is the pink moon on the 12th of April. So this is a full moon. The pink moon side is a really encouraging balance, harmony, reflection, that final reflection into what brings us harmony, what brings us joy, what balance, because life isn't always a box of chocolates, is it? You know what it is, because you get that one or two chocolates that you really don't like, and we just have to deal with that, but in balance and harmony to ourselves. And here, personal endeavors and relationships are going to really kick off. You're going to see a real flourish in potential new relationships and new endeavors. So whatever you've been hard at working on at the moment, keep up. Don't give in right now. Okay, this full moon, as I say, is a pink moon. It's in Libra. And it's also when Venus finally goes direct again in Pisces. So again, from my notes, we've got balance of individuals and collabs. So again, harmony and balance, thinking about the introspection we've had on the 4th of April and looking at, okay, well, what do I need? What's taken me towards happiness and my goals within myself and with collaborations? Looking at what good collaborations, and it's all right to say no. If a collaboration doesn't feel quite right, have that heartfelt conversation. Be clear, be open. It's a great time for emotional healing as well, and a definite rejuvenation of your socials. So if you have been in a bit of that hermit energy mode, sort of doing all your introspection, staying away from potential drama, or anything that's going to distract you from your own introspection, now is the time where you're going to start to see potential romance flourish, and also social engagements increase. And then just to look forward, because again, there's a lot still. You're probably thinking, oh my gosh, how much more introspection and dealing with emotions can I deal with? I've been doing the work, I've done the work, I just want to see that outcome. Well, on the 16th of April, everybody, Mercury is going into Aries, where it returns because it went back, and now it's going back into Aries. So for me, exciting because it's in my sign again. So it brings with it that potential assertiveness of communication, not forgetting to be heartfelt in our conversations, but a sense of you've understood what you need, what your boundaries are. This is what you're not going to falter from and stray from. And so now you're going to be having those assertive conversations and direct exchanges. You know, yeah, it's nice to have all the fluff around everything, but you know, a bit like an Aries energy, let's cut through the BS and let's be honest and, well, what do you want and what do I need to make this a win-win? So that's going to be really helpful, and you're going to gain clarity is going to be coming in. It's a great time again for that bold ideas we've already said about really going for what you want to achieve, and confident expression. Sorry for my scribbles there. So ultimately, alignment, love, beauty, values, creativity, that is all within that pink full moon. And it's having done that introspection and looking at aligning with what we love, the beauty in our lives, what we want to create, and what aligns with our values. It's a time ultimately to evaluate and recalibrate. Okay, lessons past, we've had so many lessons. It's been I know for some clients of mine, it's been a real tough time. And you just think, you know, it does shape your current situation. It shapes the dynamic and it shapes who you are. What have I learned? What lessons have we learned? And put that into action. So I'm now going to go into your tarot reading. I do use varying tarot decks, but I will say the one that I've used the majority of my 20 years of reading has been the Thoth tarot deck. People say Thoth. I say Toth. Yeah, it's Aleister Crowley. If anyone says, "Oh, it's Aleister Crowley," whatever you think of him, that's by and by. But these cards are absolutely a treasure to me and give such amazing readings, and they link with my esoteric beliefs and my practices. I've lived in spiritual communities, done a lot of alchemical work, and that is not turning lead into gold, ladies and gentlemen, but actually transformation of the personal self. I've also lived in Thailand and have a lot of affinity with Buddhist beliefs, Buddhist cultures, Buddhist practices, and on the other side or other continent, we've got India, and I was first introduced to Ayurvedic medicine and principles when I was a tender age of 16, and I've never looked back from that now. So let's get into the general collective reading. Sorry, I can't shuffle very well when I'm talking because I've got so many downloads that just want to come in. So let's see, let's take away this and let's see what's happening for this week in the tarot cards for the collective. My collective of the tarot of the Golden Elixir Tarot. Now this is for any star signs. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If I get any messages specifically to Aries that may come through, I may mention those, just because although this is a general reading for all star signs and the collective, I'm very much, and we're all very much in an Aries energy right now. It's the first sign of the astrological wheel, and we're in Aries season. So let's go. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have for the collective? What do we need to know? Angel, spirit guides, please guide the collective. Message, first message. The Tower, of course. The Tower. Yeah. So overall energy right now. Wow. Let's carry on. Let's see. Oh, there we go. The Lovers. Wow, and Valor. Okay, I am going to go into these cards first of all because this really does align with what we have just said. Major Arcana, and then we have the Seven of Wands, Valor. So we've got the Tower, the Lovers, and this really does coming back into. Maybe if I can put this here. Can you see that? Yes, you can. So just aligning with what I've said already with the key dates, let's look into first the Tower. So this is, you know, if you look at the card, it is full of Aries fire. It is full of change, of transformation. The symbolism that is in this card is pretty much or pretty insane. Um, you've got the tower there in the background, the fire coming out of the mouth. Let's go into the symbolism of this, because it just talks about, again, that energy that's coming in on the 16th of April. It is something wants to burst through. Something wants to be anew. So we are with the tower. What we're talking about is, well, it's Mars. It's far-reaching inner transformation, and this is what we were talking about with the moon updates at the moment. You've been doing that introspection and really looking at what needs to change. What do you need to transform? What do you need to let go in order for the new to birth? Gives me visions of like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Again, you're healing. The old is destroyed, making room for the new. Um, you can see the fire, which is it's a powerful fire. It's like an all-consuming fire. As I said, phoenix rising from the ashes, and the ego. You know, that frontal personality, that that front we put on in the world to protect ourselves. A lot of the times, maybe we lack confidence. Maybe we are introverts, and just don't like to be the center of attention. That's not who we are. And again, we worry that is that ego to be in the center of attention. And, as long as you're aware of that shadow side that we all have, you can keep your ego in check. There is nothing wrong with being confident when you have done the inner work and you have a spiritual renewal or awakening, which is what this is. You've really done the work and you've got the knowledge of what it is you need in yourself to go forward. This reminds me of Buddhist principles as well, of you need to be aware that letting go to allow space for the new can be really painful. Um, but the more you resist letting go, the more it is painful. The more you can accept, okay, you know what, this has changed. Something has to dissolve here. Something has to transmute. I'm not going to hold on to that. If I let that go, then it will be easier for you to allow that transformation to come in and that new. You need that trust in the divine. And I know that's hard, especially I relate. It's been a difficult few months. And again, I said at the beginning of this reading, it's like you've you've worked so hard, you felt like you had such realizations at the beginning of this year, and you've worked and worked, and you've had some little nibbles of success in the last 3 months, but let's be honest, it's nothing major, and you're just desperate for that to really break through. And at that point now, a lot of us be feeling, can I keep doing this? Is this really worth it? Have I made the right decision? Am I deluded? Am I stupid? Am I insane? No, you are not. This card is telling you you are not, okay? You need to understand the true nature of what is coming to you, okay? Understand that although even apparent losses, as I say, can be painful, there are valuable gifts. Sorry, I can't get my words out. Valuable gifts. And this is really talking about allowing those valuable gifts as more fruitful harvests to come in, okay? It is also, if you didn't know, in the Thoth deck as well, it's one of the highest cards, or it is the highest card for healing, okay? So, wherever, and I do a lot of somatic therapy in my coaching with people, and all I would say to you is take a moment to feel into where the pain is that you may still have. If you've been working to release things, whether it be that imposter syndrome, whether it be the lack of confidence, or you've struggled with anxiety or depression. And I relate, I've struggled with depression throughout my life, and it's really debilitating. However, you can get through it, and you will get through it. This card invites you that now is the time to let go of those destructive, stagnant situations, limiting beliefs, relationships that hinder your growth, going back to here, find that balance, find that harmony, and you will have renewed relationships, renewed personal endeavors on a whole new level to what you thought possible. And I honestly can't say any more for you on that. So with that, perfect. It's the lovers. Oh, sorry, hit the camera. So the lovers here, again, it comes into what we've just said, the relationships, the personal endeavors, those heartfelt conversations, having the confidence to speak your truth to people in a loving and in a safe space. And if you've been struggling, do what I'm doing this weekend. Call that best mate, call that girlfriend, say, hey, I need a moment. I need a girls' night. I need a lad's night. I need just to be around you and to feel that love and joy and reconnect, as I said earlier, with your inner child. Okay. So, this card you can see there, it shows the lovers being represented as the marriage of the emperor and empress. I recognize this figure here, the hermit. So the hermit there, he's one of the forms of the god of Mercury. Okay. So he is in total not disguise, sorry, he's hidden in his robes, and that symbolizes the origin of all things that lie beyond the reach of the manifest and the intellect. So, as we say, the lovers represents that union, that coming together. It could be that it relates to that school of life, that constant learning. You have put the work into the work of yourself to find out who you are within. And now you're ready to go and meet those new relationships and reestablish lost connections, if it may be. Reach out to someone if you thinking of them and they keep coming up in your dreams or your mind. That's your intuition speaking to you. Okay. It could also represent a duality, coming together of duality. You're balancing your masculine and feminine. Again, we don't talk about literal gender here. We're talking about aspects of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, that spiritual condition, that spiritual connection. Maybe you do, if this is translating to some of you in a love relationship, it's that partner that is a perfect union to you. You're finding that person that just gets you. I'm so blessed. I have found, I went to a psychic once, and she said about my partner that he's the balloon and I'm the string. Oops, the other way around. I am the balloon, he's the string, because I'm up in the air with the fairies all the time, having the big ideas, thinking big, dreaming big, and saying, let's do this, let's go, let's do it, we can achieve anything. And he's the one sort of just holding that balloon down, going, okay, this is great, but let's ground this a bit, let's look at the practicalities. And sometimes that can be really annoying, if you get me, but we need that type of person. So it could also be talking about love. If you're thinking of love in this, that you're going to find that union, that beautiful balance between you and another person. And as I touched on, it could be the school of life as well. You're finding again that inner harmony, which this represents, which we had there with the pink moon on the 12th of April. So harmony, balance, you know, we can, what do I want to say? We can deal with whatever life throws at us with this bliss that we've found of doing that inner work, and really understanding who we are and being aligned, as we say here, with our values, with what we want to show in the outside world. Okay, so lots of symbolism there. Transformation again. So yeah, amazing. So it could indicate, as I say, a love relationship. It could be new. It could be a deepening of a current relationship. I don't feel like it's endings. This sometimes can represent endings, but I don't feel that. I feel like it's all, again, with the planets, it's and the moon, it's moving forward. It's growth for you. It's integration of opposites. It's really just, and that could be in a group as well. It doesn't have to just be two. So again, it's about those social relationships, wherever I wrote that down here, which the full moon brings. And finally, so two major arcanas, and then we have the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands. So this is really talking about uh, manifesting and magic uh, on the material level as a general suit of wands. But this is talking about Mars in Leo. So it's again about that courage. So linking with what we've got here of the Tower, of a new beginning, of breaking down the old, dissolving, aligning with everything. We find that finally we find the union we want, and we've done that, and we will go forward with courage, with daring. We're not going to compromise our values, our beliefs, and what we've aligned. It's a bit of again it's a masculine energy of Mars, like we had previously, and it really is about amazing impact. So you're going to make an impact in this coming week. You're going to impress people if you're looking, if it's career and you're looking for, if you're looking for work, you are going to find the right relationships, and you're going to have those heartfelt, vulnerable, honest conversations. You're going to take the risks. You're going to take the leaps. You're not going to compromise, but you are going to get victory, and it's going to be decisive victory with this. Okay. You can see here just a bit of in the depiction of the card. The Six of Wands is in the background, that bears the Tibetan symbol of energy. So the powerful staff in the center there unites those energies towards that one direct goal. And this is what we've been saying over and over. You've done the work. That thing that you've been working on, this goal is going to come to fruition. It is the time now, not to wait, not to not to doubt, but go for it and make that impact. Okay, so you've done the work. You've outgrown the experiences that you've had. You're ready for a new experience, and again, it's like what we've had with this new astrological year, the year of the snake. It is of transformation, and it's of applying lessons that we have learned, um, to take us forward with greater clarity. Okay, and take some risks. All right, be true to yourself. Okay, stand up for what you believe in. You've done that work. Don't go back on it. It's really important that you know that in the moment, whatever moment that is, with being aligned to what you believe in, with being open and listening to your intuition, trust that you will make the right decision at the right time, and that the right relationships are going to come forward. Okay, this is an amazing reading for the week. I really hold in there. It's going to come. And when it comes, my goodness, you're not going to believe the success and the joy that you're going to have. So, God bless you all, and see you next time.